Hello, fellas. How do you do? I I'm a little bit late, but this is my Christmas blessing video that I like to do every year. I've been a bit tardy the past couple of days, sleeping a lot, so I didn't get around to doing this video. But basically, it's to bless you all with peace and joy this Christmas. I hope you're gonna probably see this on Christmas Day. I hope you are spending time with your families and your loved ones and having a bit of turkey. Do you know what I mean? So I hope you all have everything you need and you are happy. And that's it. And normally I talk about stuff that happened in the year, but nothing really happened in the year because I'm in a black hole. I think I'm a little bit clinically depressed. I just keep on sleeping all the time, and I'm in a rut that way. I don't know what to do with my life. I'm trying to keep going in honour of my mother who passed away last year. I'm trying to keep it going and paint stuff, and but I'm finding it very difficult to be motivated. I'm so tired all the time. I'm something deep in my bones. I'm just tired. I think it's a physical, medical issue that I have, but the smoke. I know the smoking doesn't help with my COPD, but um, we'll see. I have my new resolutions lined up. I'm going to read more, and I'm going to get up in the morning and brush my teeth and wash my face and put on a shirt and tie and get ready for the day. Now, whether I stay awake in the day or go back to bed is completely irrelevant, but the whole point of the ritual is to get out of bed in the morning at 9 o'clock and fucking present myself and stay clean. Because I'm in my rags at the moment. I'm trying to paint today with covered in paint and everything like. But I'm going to clean myself up and I'm going to try and read more. And I can't find me Tanakh. It's a fucking strange phenomenon that there's a certain book in my collection that I said I wanted to read and I can't find it. It's as if somebody came in and took it. And I'm getting paranoid, like a targeted individual. Somebody's come into my room and fucking taken something very significant. I can't find it. It was a leather bound Tanakh. Tanakh is like a Torah. It's the Jewish Bible, but it's not in my collection anywhere. I don't know what's happened to it, and that's a mystery to me. So it's just triggered me paranoia. Keeps on telling me I'm a targeted individual and they're watching me and they know what I'm going to do and everything, and they don't want me finding out certain information in that book and all this kind of stuff. So, that's the life of a schizophrenic. I want to put it out there, right? To have a new Christmas tradition. Do you know the way? Do you know the way when the kids are going to bed on Christmas Eve that they'll put some milk and cookies out for Santy, and then in the night time, Daddy will drink the milk and take a bite out of the cookies, and in the morning the kids are amazed, say, "Oh, Santy was here. Look, he drank the milk and everything." Well, I was thinking we could get a little bit of horseshoe, right, and put it on the kitchen floor and put glittery sprinkles on it. And when the kids come down, Mammy will say, "Oh, look, Rudolph was here. He took a big shit in the kitchen," you know. And they'd be amazed that there's a big pile of shite in the kitchen with sprinkles on it, like it's magic shite. I think that'd be a brilliant tradition. I know it's a bit late to be saying it now, like, but maybe for next year we could do that. What else? I don't know. I'm painting portraits at the moment. I'll show you. I'm painting these little portraits, and see that? That's a woman in my art class. Her name is Siv. I think her name is Siobhan, but she likes to be called Siv. Right, SIVH. She's a lovely woman, and her mother, who's 90. I love them. I like my little art group. That's one thing that keeps me going. So the nationalist movement. I don't know what to talk about the nationalist movement. It's nothing's been happening. It's been very quiet. Apart from the fellas with the guns and all, load of bollocks. That's a fucking complete psyop. That's the left trying to paint the right as some evildoers. But we know it's all a hoax, because nobody in the movement ever heard of anybody who might slightly know about somebody who has a gun and is going to organise a fucking paramilitary group on the right. That's a load of bollocks. It completely stands against what we stand for, you know. So they're imposters, left-wing imposters working for the government. That's all they are. What else? I'll show you this picture. I was going to do a mural for drug users, right? So I had to come up with a character. And this is my impression of a drug user, right? And the idea, it looks like a monster, right? But the basic idea is their head is all messed up, right? So all the pieces are out of place. So they're all messed up. And, you know, their brain is exposed and the syringes are in the brain and all. And I was thinking that's a good description of an active drug user, right? A drug addict. But I'm thinking for the recovered addicts, they might think I'm calling them monsters, right? Which I didn't want that. Like, I didn't want to put them down in that way. But I did want to describe the confusion and the chaos that happens in a person using drugs. But I don't know if this would offend an active drug user or not. But that's the thing. I'm not very organised. Did anyone watch me? Nobody's really watched me Ice Cream Man essay video. I wrote an essay about a fella. It's on my channel, the Ice Cream Man. Just if you can go and leave a comment and tell me what you think, because there's a poignant section at the bottom. The conclusion is quite poignant, and it's something that people would appreciate and understand. And I know the rest of it is all talking about poop and farts and all, and you might not think it's important, but I think the conclusion is noteworthy anyway. So that's it. It's been a slow and steady year. Apart from all the sleeping that I've been doing, the year has flown by. Since I lost my mother in January last year, it's flown by. I can't believe how quickly it's gone, and I still miss her terribly. And my life is I'm just sitting in the shed here, rotting away, waiting for my turn to die. You know, I'm thinking in the new year I'm going to send all them important people that document that I wrote, and we'll see what happens. I'll probably end up getting locked up for life. You know, in a mental ward, the elites will say get rid of this fella, and they'll use the schizophrenia as an excuse to lock me up forever, to silence me. But so I have that dilemma. Do I send the document and let them know about me, or do I keep my mouth shut and just keep what I have here? You know, I don't know what to do. I think I'll have to pray and meditate on that one and ask the Holy Ghost for guidance. I feel like Jonah, to be honest, and Jonah had a terrible end. It's because he feared. He was sent by God to prophesy against the people, and he feared the people, Jonah did, and he didn't prophesy. So God made sure that he was out in the wilderness. He only had a leaf to cover him shelter him from the elements, and then God took away the leaf, took away everything he had, and that was Jonah's end. And says it's good enough for you because he didn't obey. So that's how I feel. I feel like I'm failing to spread the message, and but we'll see. I wonder if Elon Musk is a reasonable man, or if he's just a front and he's completely one of those secret elites on board with the New World Order. God knows. But anyway, enough about me. What about you? Tell me in the comments how your year has been and what your New Year's resolutions are, because it'll be an interesting conversation. I think my channel is shadow banned completely. Like I have proof that they've shadow banned me before, there's a video on me video list that says YouTube messing with me view count, right? And just watch that video. Watch what happens in the video, and I catch them live messing with my channel. You know, completely setting up this illusion. Like I had fucking 144,000 views and only 7 likes or something, and loads of dislikes, and then when I went back to it, it said I only had 70 views. Right? Anyway, you wouldn't understand. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? I hate the way your cigarettes go out. There's loads of stuff I hate. If I wanted to go to America tomorrow, I probably wouldn't get in. Apparently, because I'm posting stuff on X that's critical of Israel. You know, the guy in no kind of memes. And pointing out certain historical facts that the Jews would prefer you not to know. So all this, what they would call anti-Semitic, I would say it's only critical of the Jewish hierarchy. And because of that, I wouldn't be allowed in to America, because I'm critical of the Jews. It fucking tells you who's in control. You're not allowed to criticise them at all. But I think they own America. It's a terrible thing. The poor old Christians. Like, I don't hate Jews. I love Jews. I'm learning Hebrew. You know, I'm learning the language, and the idea of an Israeli state I completely support, and I love the idea that the people there will live in peace and joy and prosperity. Like, I have nothing against the Jews. What I have a problem with is the Jewish elites, right? The leaders, the fundamentalist, supremacist, rabbinical academics and all this who talk about killing the white race and everything. That's what I have a problem with. I have no problem with just the ordinary Jew, just living his life. He's just like me and you. He just wants to go home at the end of a hard day's work and spend time with his family, right? He's not a threat to us, but it's the fucking Jewish elites and their vendetta against us. They want to genocide us, and they're getting their way, I think. It's a terrible thing, but we're in such a bad situation that we're being genocided, and we're not allowed to criticise the fact that we're being genocided. We're not allowed to say it at all. You're public enemy number 1 if you bring the topic up. That's how bad it is. That's how final the genocide is. So you're not even allowed to open your mouth to complain against the people doing it. It's fucking terrible. I keep on praying for Ireland, but I think it's a lost cause. I was talking to a fella. He runs a shop, and I normally pay by card, but this time I paid by cash, right? And he says, "Oh, cash is king," right? He was surprised that I was paying by cash. So we gave him the cash, and I brought up the idea of the centralised digital currency, right? And I says it's going to be social credit scores and everything. And I said to him, if you say something online that the government doesn't like, if you criticise the government or say something that they don't like, and you're guilty of thinking something that they don't want, they'll switch your bank account off, right? And you won't be able to buy or sell anything, right? And he says, would you go out with that? That'll never happen. What are you on, you know? Go out with that, you're pulling me leg and all. He had absolutely no clue about the New World Order or 15-minute cities or anything. So I didn't even try and educate him. I didn't even go into a conversation about it. I says, yeah, right, I'll see you later. It's so tiring. You know, he's looking at me like I had 2 heads, what I was saying. He had no clue whatsoever. I think they want it underneath, that they want it, and they'd be happier if they had the 15-minute cities and and the surveillance state and the police state and, you know, zero free speech and everything, they'd be completely unfazed, the normies. They'll just accept it, and if it affects them in any way, they'll just gossip down the end of the fucking church saying, "Oh, isn't it terrible? Isn't it terrible? Sure, we'll have a cup of tea. What can we do?" You know, there's no fight in them. They'll just accept whatever's coming without any disagreement, without any fight. It's a fucking dismal affair altogether. It's a bleak fucking future for our kids. And it won't be long before they die off, and a completely different set of people replace them. And that's the agenda, and they'll just die slowly, end up being battered by some Negro in a fucking care home, being completely neglected, right? Out of their minds on tablets, and that's good enough for you, Mr. Paddyman, right? Yeah, that's the future. Shinay on scale, inish, in you. You know what I mean? So, I don't know what else to talk about. I want to read more. I've loads of books there that I want to read, but I haven't got the aptitude for reading. I get a headache after the first couple of pages. I get a headache and I phase out, and I stop listening to what I'm reading. It takes me ages to read a page, because when I read really slowly for comprehension. I like to understand exactly what's being said in every sentence, and I like to take it in and comprehend it. But I'd be reading a few pages and then I'd stop and realise I haven't got a clue. I haven't learned a single thing. I can't remember a single idea of anything I've read for the past 3 or 4 pages. That's how bad it is for me. And I think I'm a doer. I'm a carpenter, you know. Carpenter means you work with your hands. That's all that means. So I'm a carpenter. I like to work with my hands. That's how I learn. I learn manual stuff. Look, I'm still smoking the same cigarette. It keeps going out. Fucking chemicals. I remember when they put out the information. They says we're putting chemicals in the cigarettes to make them go out, because too many people are burning their houses down because they're falling asleep in bed with the cigarettes, right? So he says we're putting this chemical in, right? And on the same week, right, it said cancer rates in Ireland are going to soar, right? Cancer rates are going to double in Ireland, right? So on the one hand, they were saying we're putting this new chemical in, right? And then they said go back to sleep, don't worry about it. And then in the same fucking week, coincidentally, all of a sudden they come out with information saying cancer rates in Ireland are going to double. Right? The two are connected, but they never said it. And they never said this is going to make cancer rates double. Right? They never said that. And people accepted it without complaint. I think we're one of the worst countries in the world for cancer. And it's a mystery, and the government won't investigate why. They won't give any information or address it as a national crisis. Cunts. Cunt and hearing bastards. Here's gay bags, that's all they are. Fucking. Anyway. So we're looking forward to baby Jesus tomorrow. Thank God. Isn't it such a lot in life that he was born so poor that he didn't even have a fucking room to be born in? He was born in a stable. That's how low he was on the ladder. Like, you can't complain. Oh, God doesn't know. God doesn't know about my suffering. He was born in the most impoverished state, and he was homeless and everything, you know, and he suffered our diseases and all. And so to say God doesn't know about suffering is it's not proper. Anyway, I don't know what else to talk about. So I'll think I'll leave it there and I'll upload this, and I'll keep an eye over it on the next couple of days to see me getting 20 or 30 views. No fucking comments and no likes as usual, because I'm fucking persona non grata on YouTube. I'm too controversial because I'm a genius. That's why. I'm fucking wide awake, I am. I'm a fucking spiritual giant. Holy to the core. That's what I am. Anyway. Also boastful and self-opinionated. But we won't talk about that. And who can we bless? Bless all the people. Bless Kevin, my mate, and his missus, Aidan Fletcher. I do this every year. We bless Gran Torino, who's back on YouTube, thank God, doing an hour slot, which is good to see. All the usuals. Grow Murphy. Want to bless Justin Barrett. We'll bless in his family, because he's a lovely wife and he's a lovely family going on. So we hope he's okay, because the Jews have a target on him, because he's Mr. Anti-Semite #1 in Ireland. So they might send the murderers to kill him. So we hope that doesn't happen. Who else? There's no other political party I can bless. The National Party, I suppose. I know Justin won't agree with this, but the National Party are going steady. They have a few councillors in, Patrick Quinlan and all, and they're doing stellar work, I think. And the usuals are like Philip Dwyer, Malachi Steenson, Gavin Pepper. You know, we bless their work and hope they do a lot more in 2026. And we bless all the kittens. There's a cat down in the Bell Centre. He's a stray cat. I call him Tom, and he lives under the prefabs in the Bell Centre. I like to feed him now and again. I didn't go down because the place is locked up, so I'm worried about him. For the next few days, he's not going to have anybody there to feed him. So I'm wondering, he's going to be very hungry. So I think I might go down with some food and just call him from outside the gates and see if he comes. But that's what I might go down tomorrow, actually. And there's no other news apart from my New Year's resolutions and all. I went out. I went out last week with my mate Polly. Did I bless Polly? Sorry, Polly. We'll bless Polly. And I was in the Celt having a smoke and all. And there was an Italian girl and a French girl there yapping away, and we got talking to them. And it was very nice, typical Irish pub. Start talking to people, you know, around you, and they were lovely girls. Montessori teachers or something they were. But apparently she had a Jewish grandmother. So does that make her Jewish? I don't know. But she had that I'll show you a picture. She had that Middle Eastern look to her. You know. So I'm painting her. I promised her a painting. So that's what she looks like. Her name is Lily. And we'll see how her portrait comes out. I've drawn it up. I spent today, I says I'm going to draw the picture first. At least let me do that much. So I drew her picture now. I'm going to paint a little bit in a minute. That's hence the rags. And that's what I'm going to do. So so na look Shona Macarda agus Deadwich agus Michelle Conliat agus Bilkis le ar an láile, you know. Misha agus tusa le chéile gach duine. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, the ar níomh níl Dermot me. And learn more Irish. That's one of my resolutions. A couple of fucky couples, do you know what I mean? Nobody's even watching this. Look, I'm going to go. Happy Christmas. I hope the Holy Spirit watches over you. and keeps you warm and safe, and you have a meaningful and fruitful new year, and may all your dreams come true. Well, not all of them. I mean, we all want millions. May everything you need come to you. Put it that way, right? May everything you need come to you this year, and in Jesus' name, we pray that happens for you. Okay, so God bless, and be nice, and don't forget the kittens. Pray for the kittens. Right, goodbye.